Yo, what's up? It's Chroma. I'm gonna be doing a post-match commentary on um, our winners bracket game one final between me and Mason. Um, Yo, shout out to Mason. Um, this is being done about a month over after the match happened. The match was September 20th, 2025. Um, and today is November 10th, 2025. It's 12 in the morning, and I'm doing this to try to get some match reviews done before the grand finals on this Thursday. So, unfortunately, I did find out at the very start of this that Mason started 14 seconds early. We're not going to retime anything, not to spoil the results, but it was not within 14 seconds, so um, it did not end up being consequential in the end. So without further ado, this match was done by the way. We just ran it together. We couldn't get anyone to commentate or track at the time, so that's why I'm doing this after the fact. No one's put together a full commentary of this match. No one's really watched it side by side unless they were on Twitch that day. Just happened to be in the right place at the right time. So um, this is my little minute and a half spiel. Without further ado, let's begin the match. Yeah. So let's see. I don't really remember it, so I'm gonna commentate it like it's fresh. DRI to DRC, that's a nice path hint. Southern to ET, not as nice. Um, and then Paw Print to Wind Temple. Okay. So in Earth Temple, Wind Temple is not great. Dual Shints aren't going that crazy. Forest Haven's a nice one. Um, you know what? I'm realizing that this is synced up from the very beginning with the timer. You know what? I'll leave it like this because this is actually the true timing, I guess. So yeah, this is the true timing. Uh, Alright, let me increase the quality of both. Yeah, so the entire floor master room into Dead and Earth Temple. That's fun. Um, oh, looks like I talked to the boat again and took advantage of the salvage core that's right here. Mason's gonna do the same. Um, ends up being nothing. With the DRI to DRC, I imagine that's where both runners are gonna go. Oh, well, Chroma checking out mother and child first. No harm in that. Ends up being spiky. So let's see if you opts for storage or not. Not. Okay, and Mason has DRI as predicted. The Picto box. Could we see a windfall trip and a deviation in the routing? Maybe try to find more before heading into the DRC? Nope. No, taking that path in directly. That's probably a good idea. So Mason grabbed his 20 rupees. Or, I'm sorry, was that from the... no, I'm wrong. I'm just so used to that 20 rupees coming from DRI, but that's actually from salvage core. And there's a grappling hook. So Dragonhurst is already open. Mason's swapping to grapple instantly. He loves it. And Chroma's gonna pick it up right after. I'm gonna pick it up right after. I'm not gonna talk about myself in the third person. It's kind of weird. I feel like the desktop audio could be a little louder. Make this louder. Sorry to have quiet to start. Um, yeah, so looks like there are two spiky chests here. Mason gonna be taking the lead here. Chroma has I have what was that mother and child? I already forgot. You can tell, oh, it was a Picto box. I don't have a left off. There's the Picto. So, only slightly behind Mason here, being Oh well, that's a nice feeling, but Mason will be able to grab that pick though anytime, obviously. It takes a couple seconds. Alright, so we'll have to wait and see what was stored, but Mason got the other pick though. There you go, that's funny. Okay, so the first two checks of the seed, or no, I guess two of the first three that we see are Pictos. The other one being the grappling hook, obviously. So, looks like Mason's gonna swim. He's not going to go into the dungeon. Wow, he is going over and ends up at Northern Ferry. Let's see what I opted to do. Bonk a sign. And looks like I'm heading into the dungeon. Could end up paying off, could end up being a huge waste of time. Mason gets the leaf. Well, there's a Sphere Zero leaf. And that's a logically open DRI. You see with just the grapple, it's not open with item sliding, we have it. And there's a stored bait bag. So we'll see if this dungeon rush pays off. Mason heading to Windfall. Gonna use that Picto. And yeah, I'm just gonna clear as much as you can. I'm doing pot strats and DRI. I will have to go forwards. If Mason finds a bow, he'll be able to go backwards. And having the leaf is just going to be very nice as well. Bombs and power bracelets are also items to look for. There are a few rooms a lot faster. Looks like I went for the ledge grab on the pole there, so you can land right next to the bomb. That's probably the fastest strat, or the fastest item slide you can do to clear this room. There it is. Yeah, so you land right next to the bomb. But obviously, if you have a leaf, or if you have bombs, you power bracelet yourself, you don't have to worry about that. I didn't see if Mason got anything in his tot. I don't see anything on the track. Let's see what Tingle has. Piece of heart. And a treasure chart. Alright, there's presumably the small key. Now, it is a good idea to check the big key chest here anyway. I'm pretty sure that's what I would do. Yeah. That's a great spot to do it, because you're just facing it instantly. It's oh, nice one framer. Looks like Mason was lining up the ones open, but he's heading into the House of Wealth first. The House of Wealth chest is hinted dead, so he knows he's not going to have to drop down. Just talks to Maggie here. So yeah, just in case she hasn't picked out, obviously I know where the other Picto is, he doesn't. And it looks like there's a key here, so correct choice going forward, but killed him. That's really bad. Nice teabags. Mason got a fill-up coupon. Right now, I'm not liking the choice to rush DRC super early. I see the vision, but there's so much Sphere Zero you can do, and considering I already have Deluxe Picto, what am I really hoping for to clear Windfall that much faster, or other major lines? You'd really have to be open for some specific items, considering bait bag's already there. So yeah, I'm liking Mason's Art more here. He finds bombs for it. Yeah, he has bombs and leaf. If he finds bow, he's ready for backwards DRC. If he doesn't, he's still ready for a much faster DRC clear in general. Nice item sliding it there for me. I like that. Yeah, like Mason will just be able to bomb this wall. You will be able to. You'll be able to bomb the rock that I just leaf over to and then bomb the rock, or even bomb going backwards where I deployed it out in a room. So I already see where Mason's items are gonna help him. And stuff like that's not gonna help me either. And Ferrar's Pearl. That's an interesting check. He's not going to rush it right away. Instead, we're going to see a nice 20% swim. Oh, we see a clip instead. Mailbox is jumping for bomb mail. It doesn't actually have the Pharaoh's Pearl mail yet. And it's the Master Sword. No FF in play, so the Master Sword doesn't unlock any specific checks, but that's just very nice for combat in general. Yeah, so first like major progressive item we found as well. You can kind of say like, oh, he's using bombs instantly. Like swords, bows, and Triforce shards being like majorly progressive. No way to get around them. You can see it without them. That's the first one we found. Nice boomerang movement. We got the key, but no backflip. Lucky. Both runners holding a lit torch right now. Now it looks like a spiky chest. So I'm gonna have to go back for that. Right? What's that? Am I tripping? I must be tripping. Okay. I kind of want to rewind, but I'm just gonna have to trust it. Get a chance to see it later. Or Mason's POV. Narrowly missing the goblin 3 times now. Still missing that camera piece. I didn't see if Mason got anything on Expire, but I don't see anything on his tracker, and he is going for the Rockspire swim at a point very high up. Yeah, he's going to the correct spot now, but he has been charging speed for a very long time there at Rockspire. The water RNG is just not there. Is it even a lower spot? I'm just confused by it, like, the way his camera is, like, is he swimming at a completely wrong spot? Yeah, no, he is. It's down at this lower spot. Mason, what are you doing? Okay, maybe with perfect water RNG, but why not swim at the lower? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Like, he made it there, but yeah, that's just like not the way to do Rockspire swim, honestly. But whatever. I avoided out sliding up the stairs there. Mason fence spiky chest. Yeah, I'm still trying to target, which is I found out after this race is not good. But there you go, I got it there. One of the first spiky chests I found in BRC, if not the first. Mason getting an invert hop so he can charge a certain way, and then avoiding angle storage. Finds a Tingle statue. Tingle's not into dead, so that is relevant. And the saves. I don't know if that counts. Yeah, no, like that counts in the water. back to Roxmire, but not using this one. Understandable. Most likely going to... Okay, going to Mother and Child. Gonna find Deluxe Victor here. And I find another Tingle statue. Funny timing there. Gotta grapple down to under rope bridge here. So, Mason is now warping Dragoners, so he's going to be doing Dragoners now. Very nice. Nope, he's using it to swim. I stand corrected. And he's swimming to outset. He could have warped to outset, but he swam to Dragoners, and then he warped to Dragoners and swam to outset. So perhaps just a little indecisive routing, and Dragoners is a easy choice to make first. So, but that's a very strange swim to see. Yeah, so coming out of Dragoners with a Tingle statue, and that's it. Mason with a very fruitful overworld, gotta prefer his routing. I did notice my timer flickering, that's adding my errors. Very nice first try roll clip by Mason to get into Mason's house. Yeah, right now he has bombs, leaf, and a cabana deed over me, and Pharaoh as well. I just think he is still yet to check in the mail. I think we can do it. Yeah, I'm making faces at Yoma, not liking the mail. Heading into Dragon Age is not a good choice. Mason's trying to pick up a stone necklace in his own. There you go. Finally avoid getting burned and not go away. Mason finds a shield. We do have Angular hint for dead, so that's just going to be useful for Ganondorf. We know that hammers can be required in this seed because of Wind Temple, but now we're not going to need to use it for Ganondorf. Mason's doing Jaboon clip. I think just before the positive speed conversion when gyro clip became popular. Finds another spiky, so yeah, this overworld's really kind of fruitful. Now the other Tingle statue, so the last one's in Dragon Roost. And that's all, that's where all three are. Oh, also you need Mirror Shield for Earth Temple, when talking about shields. I'm a little slow there. Sorry if you guys already typed that in the comment section. Yeah, that's my bad. Mason checking Beetle for the first time, which is funny considering both runners were at Dragon Roost. And there's a bow, which would have let Chroma do the dungeon possibly backwards. That's... and now Mason can do it fully backwards. Wow. Okay, well... That cementing again the choice to rush dragon or stuff. And hitting trade for Sphere 0. And I guess chaining with a bait bag check. Maybe if he goes bird speed. He has grapple, so we'll see. But Mason's still choosing not to rush Dragon Roost. 4 to 4 at Horseshoe's hard to argue with, but ooh, that's a rough fall. Dead Cliff Flat, but at the same time, no safety save, so. Okay, we're gonna see Cliff Flat swim here. Maybe the bird speed, maybe somewhere else. But not utilizing the chest storage. That's some pretty good water RNG, and it's controlled the swim. It is going towards the bird speed. Yeah, that's a lot faster than sailing, so very nice swim. Mason finishes up golf. Alright, so at this point, looking at the locations checked, I'm ahead, just because Dragon Roost is so check dense, but Mason is going to be able to clear the dungeon much, much faster with his item combination right now. And I did not find anything in the dungeon to give myself an advantage. If I head to Outset, I can get Tingle statues, and maybe that'll work out, but there's some going back to Dragon Roost. Yeah, going to Windfall is really probably the best option, but I guess wanted to use a warp. Northern than Windfall is just as good. Northern obviously gonna leave here, so yeah, the fact that there's a Sphere 0, Leaf, and Bow. And was Bombs Sphere 0? It might have been. No. Bombs was locked behind Tingle, which was a nice feather grab on Mason, by the way. Locked behind Tingle, which was Sphere 0 or Sphere 1, because there's a pick up mother child. And when I was hitting the other picked up out of logic. Alright. Yeah, so Mason's routing is just way better here. Finding more spiky chests in the overworld. We'll see though, there's still a lot of Minecraft to be played with these two long dungeons. Oh, there's Fire and Ice, so Horseshoe is a great choice. So now, trying to refresh me down even faster. It looks like he's going for early diamond step. Yeah, so Mason really just clearing as much of the world as he can. I wonder if he's gonna continue sailing to Little Rock, and then like to Ice Ring, or maybe just like. He has 38 accessible checks. 38. That's incredible. And he's going out of logic. Oh, he did a normal sail jump. And that ends up being enough. It's okay, and he makes it in first try. Very nice. Yeah, no safety save. That's crazy. 38 accessible and he's going out of logic, just because that's good routing for where he is. He's confident he can do it right now. He's doing it. Let's see if he's gonna get the leaf movement. This is moving ice still if we stay about. Very nice beginning. Unfortunate miss. I don't know when it becomes not worth to hit. Honestly, just missing it there. Or like not worth to go for. Alright, makes it up there, basically third try. And he's one ground chest. What's the other one? Oh, opening it for good luck. Finish by 23. We did find a spiky. Very nice. It's light arrows. Wow. So, going from horseshoe to diamond set gives Mason 23-minute light arrows before I found a single bow. One of them being sphere 0. Two of them being sphere 0, actually. We don't know what next shot is yet, so we don't know what sphere light arrows is, but you know, two of the bows are sphere 0. So Mason is gonna do what I said, continue to sail routing. And sailing is really not that slow. Going between quadrant and quadrant takes 30 seconds, which is working and then getting onto an island and swimming is probably going to be just about as long and a lot riskier. So I like this routing. He's listening to his chest on the way over. Hold out the telescope. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's spiky. So yeah, Mason finding spikies at 3 islands in a row. Looks like I failed Lenzo clip, and then went to Lenzo as a safety strat. Which I don't mind, but obviously it feels worse when, you know, Mason got Lenzo clip first try. I don't often do Lenzo safe, but better than to really bog down sometimes. Yeah, and there's bombs, so would have been very nice to have earlier. I'm sure at this point I was probably kicking myself. Okay, rejecting the photo for some reason. And Mason finds another sword. So he's already one sword and then just cheese from go. And no safety saves. Kind of a staple of Mason's gameplay. I don't think he's like routing and swim here or anything. Which also reminds me, when he bought Bo, he didn't have money to buy a pair or anything, so no free headstone whenever he wants. He's actually going to horseshoe here, which he can clear all 4 items, or all 4 checks. So he's going for the highest number of checks per island. And his spoils, yeah, just good routing. And it's rewarded with more spikies. Command melody, which will be necessary to the seed. Any seed with Wind Temple needs command melody. With Temple, it's potentially skippable, but most of the time don't need it. And there's a nice hammer pull. Looks like I want to get Kamale's father mail before Mason, unless I'm really mistaken. He just still has the one thing, like, on his tracker. Maybe he did get it, but I don't know. I think it was nothing. There's a sword is from Bomb down. The other check was nothing, I think. Mason doing this with collab strats here. Nice. Oh, I missed the collab. But, wow, 2-shot back up. Very nice. Not missing the collab this time. Very fast. I'm at Southern Ferry, which okay, I don't know why I'm there. Mason finds a bottle. I find iron boots. So, with iron boots and hammer now in play, Wind Temple and Command Melody and Leaf. Wind Temple is like in logic, but without hook shot, no one's gonna want to go.
and neither runner has all the pieces in the puzzle yet. Well, Mason is actually gonna get his iron boots right now, so he will have most of the pieces of the puzzle. Mason still has not gone to Dragon Roost, so um, he's still essentially like a dungeon behind. No, nothing necessary happening besides a single statue.
Thank you.
I want
Bye.
to get the bow there. Probably at this point really keep kicking myself. I like to nice hopefully this motion. Yep, marking off the Iron Boots gives Mason level 13. He grabs his fairy. Maybe we'll see both of us head outside for a little bit. Yeah, right now, I'd definitely give Mason the advantage in routing. In terms of checks, I still have a slight advantage. It's 3 right now, but I didn't mark that off, so it's probably like 4. Mason still might have gotten that mail though, if I could be mistaken. So, Mason actually sailing from Southern to Ice Ring, so even more sail routing. Oh, I do the gyro thing, so very nice. Um, yeah, it's not a sail we see often, but again, it's just consistent. Warping and swimming would be slower, and the only thing he could really warp to do is 3 checks at Windfall, including Creep. Yeah, it's Creep, Transparent, and Maneka that he could do there. So, not a super attractive Windfall trip. Facing out this real quick first try, let's see how I do. That is good. And I give up. Okay, fair enough. Very nice slide into Ice Ring for Mason. Yeah, since he has light arrows here, so we'll just combo out very quickly. Light arrows and Master Sword. Yeah, very nice combat. Gets a spoil. I have no checks. I wonder, I don't think he has a safety save to go back to. And I'm jumping off the outset. Yeah, he sailed there, so that's an unfortunate part of not swimming. You don't get the safety save. But that's not really the way Mason plays, so he's heading to Dragon Roost now. Um, again, I am curious. Milox isn't jumping, so I'm assuming he got Kamali's from him. He must have. Um, yeah, he is heading into Dragon Roost now, so there's not going to be anything in here, but I do think this is going to be a much faster clear, and my 3-check lead is most likely going to disappear. Yeah, basically setting up backwards DRC here. Very quick first shot. Second shot's instant. Third shot is easy like. He has bombs, but doesn't need to bother triggering the cutscene. You can actually just use. Well, you can use bombs here, or fire nice arrows, whatever he wants. Unfortunate target on the shoes, messing him up. Otherwise, very nice movement. Looks like I had to pop right here. And then I needed the small cave at the big key chest. Mason's gonna be able to skip it in the long run if he counts his keys. I find command melody there. I still need hammer. And once I get hammer, then I'll be able to head into Wind Temple if I choose. There's hammer. Yep. So there's the Wind Temple access. But I can't remember what the pathway was to Wind Temple. But any idea where that might be? There's a bottle here on the choke here. Let's see if that bow and most storage works. Works beautifully. Fairly saves time over dropping telescope. Doesn't really matter. But I like doing that. See Mason probably going to not make the same mistake I did on these stairs. Oh, he does target, gets it first try. Gets the early aggro as well. So nice. Should probably equip light arrows here, but so I went to outset, but I didn't go to horseshoe, which I think Mason going to horseshoe and down the step and then the rock is just like a very nice show. I think he's, yeah, that was a very good overall choice that I did not make. Alright, I'm sailing at Eastern here. We're seeing even more sail padding. And the ferry routing as well. Maybe I'll go back to outset and then horseshoe soon. Mason just kind of going through and going fast. I only remember the one spike key here, so honestly. What was this? Oh, it was a try first shard. You know what? I did get that. I guess I should never marked it. Because I only remember beating Goma and having one thing marked. But so that means that my current cheese is either incorrect or I just marked it very late and didn't notice. So I can't remember where the other cheese is. The one way that Mason has. Because he definitely does not have the Goma cheese marked. This is where normally I'd have it on like a notepad or something, but I'm a little out of it. It is like 1:14 a.m. I'll have this YouTube video then to go through and write the match results tomorrow. And then have everything posted and ready to go before Thursday's match. So, let's see, where am I going? Mason's clearing tier, you've seen. I'm doing checks which we've seen. So while the checks are a little bit redundant, I'm going to play it for a brief moment. And yeah, I'll be back soon.
Oh! Thank you! Thank you! Bye!
Alright, I'm back. I did see, the only kind of new checks popped up. Got my hands on a sword from Grandma in the mail. Basically, it's just dungeon. I don't think he's found too much since. I'm not too sure. Looking at the tracker, that doesn't seem to be too much in the this direction. Uh-oh. I'm going for the odd shot at Needle Rock. This is an awful idea. I can't bear to watch it. I'm gonna change the audio. Like, genuinely, I can't bear to watch. I know it's gonna happen. Let's see. Mason beheading. A cliff plateau. So we've seen this already. We know it's dead. So I'm going for Needle Rock because I know it's spiky, but I don't have Iron and Ice arrows. There's Sphere 0. I'm going for this hard odd shot, which I had a chance to get right there and I missed. And I think that kind of inspired me to keep going. Mason does not opt for the quick flat swim. Understandable, but the water RNG looks pretty good actually. He's gonna sail. He has plumes on. Okay, this was... I love flinging as much as the next guy, but... that's our daily dose of flinging. I give up and use the bird. So I don't know how much time lost to just like find that strat. But finally, here we go. I probably thought I was like playing the logic or something, like, oh my god, I can't believe I have to do this. And look at that, I slid that for no reason, and I don't think I'm going to be able to recover that. I tried to MSS, that was no fucking speed. Yeah, I'll have to use the bird again. That's just awful. At least it heads to Windfall. Yeah, kind of as predicted. There we go, I got my Master Sword now. As predicted, Mason finishes Dragon Roost much faster, and now that both runners have a full dungeon under the belt, Mason is 7 checks ahead. So I went from me being about 3 or 4 checks ahead to Mason being 7 ahead, just because of the dungeon speed. At the same time, the fact that I went to Needle Rock and failed, like, voided out, had to reload my save 3 times. It's quite disgusting. But Mason has the rounding advantage, and the execution advantage from both of those factors. His road hasn't been error-free. Like, I'm saving time on him here at Horseshoe just from not messing golf up. I did fall in the hole there, though. It's funny. Still, though, on the whole, everything at Needle Rock, and then choicing on the Dragoners instantly are much bigger mistakes than any routing or execution mistakes that Mason has made thus far. So... Cream not doing too much. Mason again, not safety saving. Still a staple of this gameplay. Heading for Cabana. I guess it's 3 checks here. You know, it's a decent chance that one of them will be useful. I haven't seen the upper chest. He hasn't peeked at all. Yeah, I don't know if the outside chest was anything or not. I'm just going inside first. I don't know if I like that choice just because of how many times I've seen Hook Shot at that upper chest, and Hook Shot just speeds up the
inside of This is before I started going for the yellow stuff. It's very funny getting stuck in the line like that. And I almost swear that. That's off. Yeah, I'm not recovering that. So once again, losing by 0-0. Very nice errors. So, it's just a really kind of poor stretch of like the last 5 to 10 minutes from there. One brown chest for Mason in the cabana. Nice remembering to get the grapple. Just the second chest is also brown. But yeah. Still 6 top waterfall chests. He'd be safe to save, or he'd be saving out anyway because he has no safety save on a swimmable island. Alright, cool. There I go for the jump. She's off. Mason does see a spiky chest up there. Oh, and I find the other track for shard that Mason has. He was at first year. And here's fire nice arrows for me. Yeah, okay, nice. Well, falling off for no reason. And it is hookshot up there. Look at that. What did I say about checking that? Maybe I remember that because of this seed, actually. Who knows? Who can say? Hookshot ends up being up there very often. So. I would have just saved Mason one crawl. Yeah, I did some teabags there finding fire days, because I knew everything I did. Needle Rock is so pointless for the Sphere 0 that was waiting for me. And I'm also gonna go do early diamond step. Let's see. Mason now has his hookshot, and he is going straight to Wind Temple. Good choice. At this point, Mason is missing 2 swords, which I have. So one of them is from Grandma, the other one don't quite remember. Very nice jumper. Oh no, Mason has it, it's just not marked. So, yeah, it was at Needle Rock, the other one. So Mason just missing 1 sword from Grandma. She's on her way. And, with no power bracelets or mirror shield, there's still a lot of micro left to be played here. Yeah, it's something. Unfortunate hit. Yeah, I go for this leaf movement, which is pretty fast. Might be faster than missing the leaf movement most of the time, especially because just because of the chest configuration in this seed, this ended up being particularly fast. There's my light arrows, so I guess I got some trouble keeping that, but eventually got it. Mason, I think McCall on the left stand patch, so he most likely won't get the camera pan skip here, unless he was just an angle I don't know about. He's not getting the camera pan skip here. It's a very slight optimization, but something that's pretty free. Might as well drop out the right patch and move left one to get a free camera pan skip every time. I did not see what happened to me, but it looks like I missed this from the ice ring. That's how I did get a decent MSS to back it up, or your MSS. There wasn't an actual MSS, obviously. Looks like it'll be just enough to actually save this one. We've already seen Ice Ring, and we know it's completely dead. Mason cleared it very fast. And spiky chest here in the temple. So that choice already started to pay off a little bit. Maggie's another. Very sketchy ice ring movement. But we're through. And very sketchy ice ring combat, but it's a collat. Looking for collat number 2 and missing it. Alright, very sketchy combat. It looks like I think I can save scum. I usually give myself room to save scum here. Yep. Mason going through the temple in time 2. I'm doing the any percent run. The Nom's runner, but I still know how to do it. I'm going to Needle Rock to check out the inner cave, which we've seen from Mason. I think there's nothing. Another spiky and wind temple. We're pushing the alley here. Mason gets both small keys and the mirror shield, so wind temple and earth temple satisfied. And yeah, he won't have to worry about doing a clip to where's my mini boss. Yeah, after missing the wind cycle, he's not gonna wait for the next one. He's just gonna go. It looks like I am here at what's it called? At Cabana. I do get the hook shot, so very nice. I missed the item slide jump. Will I have to UMSS again? Yeah. That one did not save me anything. Yeah, I'm looking at the camera. So Mason still needs power bracelets. Now that I have hookshot, I have access to ring temple, so I'll have the same logical access as Mason, but neither of us know where power bracelets are to head into a temple completely. Or even at all, I guess. Can't get in without power bracelets. Or glitches. Mason with the 7 armors. I don't know if there's a faster shroud with light arrows here, because killing them with light arrows does skip that long animation, but getting consistent collats is quite hard. This is a guaranteed boss key. Very nice. It's interesting if that had been a wooden chest, we may still have stored it. I don't know. Oh, I opened a chest for good luck and found the single rupee. Very nice. Jason accidentally falling down, but it doesn't really matter. He's still rather position anyway. Kill basement's nothing, unfortunately, so the main point of Wind Temple is really just to come get the mirror shield. There's also Maggie's letter, but we'll have to wait and see about that. So I'm following into Wind Temple just as Mason is finishing up. Happy 1 hour, by the way. Very nice item slide by Mason. One. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. That's very, very good by Mason. Super clean 1 cycle.
I'm gonna AFK one more time. Enjoy the chill Wind Waker. I'll be following Mason's footsteps, and I assume he will be looking for power bracelets for a little while. Maybe very short. Let's find out. Alright, I'm back. Mason's going for the Cafe Postman. And a slower wind temple. Already you can just see leafing here or Mason's item sliding. Tell Mason's go ahead and faster clear overall. Found the Triforce Shard. Only 3 left. And that 3 includes the one guaranteed on shelf. So really only 2 left. And then he needs his sword from Grandma. Chest for both players. So we haven't seen single yet for both runners. Alright, that's where Mason's going. We haven't seen headstone yet from both runners. We haven't seen Cyclos, we haven't seen Star. I've been to Eastern. Mason's been to everything else. Alright, what does single have? Alright, one of the Triforce Shards. So it's gonna be Grandma. Mason's go mode is gonna be Grandma and 1 shard. Could it be an Earth Temple, could it be somewhere else? Alright, he equipped a pair. So Mason's going to headstone. Again, unless I was AFK for, I have not been to. Moblin's letter. Okay. Now follow those footsteps for a brief moment. Well, I'll be Mason's footsteps as long as I'm in Wind Temple. By the way, the check lead at this point, Mason was from about 7 last time we checked to 10 now. The Mason saves Grandma, but didn't check the mail. Instead opting to go to Cyclist first. It looks like I barely messed up the, yeah, the good armor strat. I did get to use the light arrows, but doesn't really do much. Doesn't save much time when you miss the collat. Alright, Cyclones was not the answer. That's a very clutch leaf pull to get under the fan there. Oh wow. That collat wouldn't have really worked because it wouldn't have gone through the skull of Stalfos, but missing the wardrobe is just an insult to injury. Alright, and Maggie's letter leads to Power Bracelet, so that's the key. Yeah, I don't think Eastern led to anything, and we're not going to see Star, as I had to guess. It would be in Mason's advantage to check the mail here before heading to Earth Temple, just so he finds that sword. But it looks like that's not going to happen either. Oh, he's changing the time of day. Wait, maybe he changed his mind? He did. Alright, he's changing it again. And he is getting Eastern, so he's going to Eastern before Earth Temple. I guess it makes sense to pull clear as much as you can before Earth Temple here. Because now he will be one item from go mode. The Master Sword. Alright. I had an awful attempt at Mulgara storage. Let's see how the one cycle goes. Safe setup. One more. Nice regrab. Now the killing cycle. Alright, very nice. Both runners getting a full one cycle Mulgara. Let's see if Mason does the big pig here. Might as well. But I'm not sure if he'll head to Star Island or going into Earth Temple. That's a much lengthier decision. Big pig's almost on the way.
Oh. Thank you. Bye.
So at this point, Mason has Rift Temple open and almost nothing in the overworld. I have a ton of overworld. I'm 8 checks behind Mason, but those 8 checks are like on 5 or 6 different islands. So, that's not a good sign. Big Pig ends up being nothing. Going into Rock Spire, where Mason has been, but I can't remember what was here. Oh, okay, so it turns out I did go to Headstone already. It's marked off on my tracker. So I must have been AFK when I went there. And I will point it out now to the astute viewer. If anyone was sitting there and screaming at their stream, I figured out in the comment section. And I didn't notice. If you noticed, then you're smarter than me, because I didn't notice in the moment. But I peeked the yellow rupee that sits at the lower aisle at Headstone. That's always there. It's not randomized. I peeked that, and I thought it was the upper aisle. I thought the item randomized to a yellow rupee. It was a coincidence. But nope. I missed Moblin's letter. So at this point, that Moblin's letter leads to power bracelets, and I have that marked off. So if I do not remember that, I will be DNF. So yeah, if you noticed that and you were screaming, or you thought someone was wrong, then good on you. If you didn't notice, then don't worry, because I didn't either, and I was in the middle of running. So I had to be paying attention, and I still missed it. Star Island does not pay off, but Mason finishes doing his due diligence. Saves comes back to Outset, and he's ready to head to Earth Temple to all but finish this seed. I'm maintaining the save scum. Yeah, from Gale Island. It's really good, but this film is not my favorite. Okay. Straight to Star Island. We just saw this one. Yeah, we know Tingle. Tingle might have a Triforce Shard, and Islet leads to nothing, and then that will finish. Yeah, everything else at Windfall leads to nothing. Maybe another Triforce Shard at Cafe Postman. And I'll be finished on my DNF. I'm getting wrecked. Mason finds a spiky. If he stores this to Valhalla, this could be storing his like final Triforce to Valhalla. This is a seed where we have the Floor Master chest into dead. So third crypt is really the only other chest you'd run into on your go mode path. So this could be a very fortunate go mode, or you could have just picked up something like a wallet or a spoils bag or many other things to make this seed much longer. We'll have to wait and see. I'm still going back to Gale Isle, which is kind of crazy. This is on roll clip 1. Oh, roll clip's the wrong way. Okay, so yeah, those you can get grabbed here. Now, if he ends up finding out his Triforce Shard, he could just go mode anyway. All you need. What does he need? Okay. I didn't see him mark off anything. Yeah, it's hard to say if that was what that was, if he doesn't mark anything off. It could be a Triforce shard and he just didn't mark it because he's locked in and he wants to store this right, like bring Medley to the right side and get that right side chest. I don't know if that was English what I just said, but oh, or maybe he's just gonna go down to the basement normally and not do storage. I don't know if he was gonna try to open up the right side and do storage that way. But it seems like he might have stored a Triforce shard. Maybe he'll do us a favor and mark it off here in the cutscene. No. Okay, no, he's getting this, so maybe it wasn't a Triforce shard because he wants to check it. Well, that's another spiky chest. So again, will he store that? Will he just check it? You got bombs out, but you can't do bomb push storage on a chest like this. As far as I know. There's plenty of other dive spots in this room, but... yeah, he's in for a rude awakening. If he's never tried this before. It's just a different type of collision. But... yeah, this is another perfect dive spot. So, we're going to be storing it. Kind of funny that he opened up the floor with Medley first. Kind of baited me into thinking he was kill mode. Alright, rip Medley. Well, actually, no, he's got his thing. Alright, back to roll clip 1. Is it not going into free cam, letting the camera angle swap here, which is yeah, I'm not a fan of. But there you go. I have saved Cyclops and Tingle for absolute last. Mason's got, like, no magic. Okay. You know what? Respect. I'm swimming to Northern Triangle to get Cyclos. Interesting. Alright, Mason, yeah, I guess he still doesn't know if he's stored Triforce shard or not. Again, we're still left a little unknown here until he marks something else actually, as we can't see anything like a wallet pop up. Oh, he just marked it off. that confirms it. That second chest was more than likely Triforce Shard. So Mason is go mode. I just have one location accessible at single, which I think will give me track force as well, but that'll lock in my DNF. So at this point, all there is left to do is play out the seed. So not much left to compensate on my end. I might mute and let this play out. So yeah, thanks for watching. The result is all but inevitable at this point. So just watch Mason finish it out. Congrats for him winning game one of this winners finals. So yeah.
love how I realize there's no way I can be ice ring. Very nice one cycle by Mason. At this point with the delay, I've also seen that he's won. The final time of 1:31. Oh, looks like he waited to split. Oh, I didn't know that. Right now. Okay, perfect. He split exactly what I would have. So he did it perfectly with a 1:32.14. Um, all right, congrats to Mason. No, I said it before, but I'll say it again at the end here. Big GG's. He is the guy for today. Ignore my YouTube recommended. Let's leave it here. So, unfortunate DNF, but Mason had the lead in routing and execution. I took a dungeon lead early on, but with a poor clear and some skill issues around the 45-minute mark, especially, Mason had a clear lead coming out of Wind Temple and an even clearer lead by the time Earth Temple rolled around, going from about 3 checks behind, but still having the opportunity to go up into a full dungeon, and then coming out 11 checks ahead near the peak. Skipping 21 locations remaining overall. That doesn't include marking off Ganondorf actually, so let's say 20 locations overall for Mason. Skipping a lot. I had 26 remaining on my tracker because I didn't even get the chance to go into Earth Temple, so you never would have known how I would have routed that. Um, but yeah, with no spoils found, no notes of mob found, no ghost ship, no wallet. There were still a lot of checks left on the table here. Um, yeah, Mason got to skip a lot in Earth Temple. Maybe a lucky void out sent him back to right side. Um, maybe not. I don't know. So very interesting seed to think about. Um, Mason played it very well, and yeah, games 2 and 3 had proper commentators and trackers, so links to those will be um, in the same match results thread in the Windmaker HT Randomizer Discord. So join there if you're not in there already. Um, I should probably throw links in the description, but we'll see if I'm ready to do that. Thanks for hanging out. If you're watching this, maybe this is just for me to do a match results thread. Who knows? Either way, I appreciate you being here, even if it's just for fun. It's all for fun. If you don't play the rando, play it. Try it. Thanks for hanging out. Bye bye.